Hello. So today we'll discuss about urea cycle. This is again an essay question. It is very important. So we will try to identify under introduction the metabolism of urea cycle, CPS 1 and 2 and applied aspect. So urea cycle occurs in the liver. So what we are going to do is we are going to detoxify the excess ammonia in the body. That is the objective of urea cycle. And enzymes partially in the mitochondria and cytosol, they will be found. Let us get into the urea cycle now. So first step, ammonia and carbon dioxide combine together by carbamyl phosphate synthase 1 or CPS1. Two ATPs are formed. NAG, N-acetyl glutamate is the cofactor. We will get carbamyl phosphate. Now this combines with ornithine by ornithine transcarbamylase to form citrulline. Citrulline on argininosuccinic acid synthase, aspartate enters. Okay, aspartate enters the cycle. Another two ATPs are formed. Water is released out. We'll get argininosuccinic acid. Then on argininosuccinase, fumarate is released. We will get arginine. Then arginine on arginase, water to urea, we will get ornithine. Then ornithine from the cytosol enters the mitochondria through a carrier protein, ornithine carrier protein. Okay. Now, we will try to identify the link of fumarate with TCA cycle. So, as we already know in the TCA cycle, acetyl-CoA combines with oxaloacetate to form citrate. Then from citrate, we are getting isocitrate, then oxalosuccinate, and then alpha-ketoglutarate, then succinyl-CoA, and then fumarate. Then malate and oxaloacetate. This is TCA cycle. So it is important for the formation of oxaloacetate and its regeneration in the TCA cycle. Okay, so that we are getting 12 ATPs here. But here 4 ATPs in the urea cycle. What is the net? 12 minus 4, 8 ATPs are remaining out. So actually 8 ATP is what we are left with. Reminder. Now, short note on CPS 1 and 2, and please, when you are writing urea cycle answer, please mention about CPS 1 and 2. This will carry marks. Okay. Now, we'll see the difference. First is the site. As you can see in the table, what is the site? The pathway, the cofactor, the source for nitrogen, and the inhibitor. So, CPS1 site, mitochondria. 2, it is cytosol. Pathway, here urea, that side pyrimidine. And cofactor, NAG, and I already told you CPS1, nothing for CPS2. And nitrogen source, ammonia for CPS1, because ammonium and carbon dioxide is the first step. That is why. And 2 is glutamine. Okay. And then inhibitors, we don't have for CPS1, we have for CPS2, that is CTP. Okay. Lastly, applied aspect. These headings are important first. Hyperammonemia type 1 and 2, hyperornithinemia, citrullinemia, argininosuccinic aciduria, and hyperargininemia. So, in general, what is hyperammonemia is elevation of ammonia levels in the blood. Normal ammonia is actually, please note down, 15 to 45 milligrams per deciliter. This is very important. Please note down this value and remember it. 15 to 45 milligrams per deciliter. Okay. So, two types are there. Type 1 is CPS1 deficiency. Type 2 involves ornithine transcarbamylase. Hyperornithinemia. Break the term. Hyper is more. Ornithine is the compound. Emia is the blood. So, more ornithine in the blood. Okay. So, ornithine transporter protein. This was bringing the ornithine from our cytosol to the mitochondria. Okay. And citrullinemia, is more citrulline in the blood caused by enzyme deficiency argininosuccinic acid synthase. That is also correct. Then argininosuccinic aciduria is elevated argininosuccinic acid in the urine. Okay. Enzyme deficiencies argininosuccinase, or you can also write it as argininosuccinate lyase. Okay. And hyperargininemia is more arginine in the blood. Remember, arginine is a basic amino acid. Okay. Now, for all of these, what we need to know, ammonia is more in the CSF, in the brain, in the kidney also. While excreting, that is the urine, ammonia will be more. And all of them, they are autosomal recessive, X-linked. Okay. Whatever diseases we are going to see in amino acid metabolism, they are autosomal recessive diseases. Okay. And in hyperornithinemia, it is important to mention that is triple head syndrome. Hyperornithinemia, ammonemia, citrullinuria. This is called triplet syndrome. Okay. And these are very rare disorders. Like to say 1 in a 1 lakh. Very rare. Okay. So, before I end the video, I will tell you the resources for these picks. Satyanarayana, that is a third edition of Satyanarayana and the sixth edition of B.M. Vasudevan Biochemistry. So that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.